Co-parenting can be exhausting, but it is not impossible. And this is one thing that I wanted to discuss that's often left out of the conversation. Our children, when they're returning from one home to another, are often adjusting. And every single time they come back, they're adjusting. I know that this can sound inconvenient for some people because they they should know the routine. They should know the expectations. And I think oftentimes I come from Caribbean background. So oftentimes my Caribbean people, we know you get in the house, you should know routine. Why did you leave that backpack on the floor? Pick it up. There is no excuses, right? The home needs to look how it looks. And it really and you're instilling that value into the child. So when they come back, yes, they are adjusting. So you may have to give them those reminders, and we're going to talk about how and why, right? Because I know, especially Caribbean people, that is inconvenient. But overall, right? Overall, it could be inconvenient. You're probably like, my rules don't change in this house. So what's going on? But unfortunately, every transition will need an adjustment period. Think about this. Your child just left one environment to go into a different environment. So the rules may be different. Maybe the bedtime is different. The bedtime routine is different. Who's helping with the bedtime routine is that at minimum is the change, right? Mom put me to bed here, dad put me to bed here. That's a change at the very least. Maybe the expectations are also different in these environments. The emotional support can be different, right? How you are receiving emotional support from one parent to, and then you have to transition to another parent is very different. Even if you and your co-parent get along, your child is still mentally switching gears to think, okay, I'm going into another environment here, and I have to adjust. They're probably not thinking that, but their mind is adjusting and their emotional awareness too. Um, as adults, we do this too. If we leave at work, we have a stressful day, we need a transition process. I don't know about you, but being in the car, I'm already emotionally preparing for the transition process. And sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't, because when I arrive home, it still takes time to settle in. Children are no different, except that they have fewer coping skills and less emotional awareness than adults do. Hopefully, right? That's where compassion comes in. And that's where I would say I would advocate for being a little compassionate. Of course, compassionate doesn't mean the boundaries go out the window, right? You still hold your standards, you still hold your expectations, you still hold your rules. But that's where your guidance as a parent has to stay consistent every single time. Instead of assuming they should know, they should remember everything, reassure them. Look at them. Hey, we're home now. I'm so glad you're here. I missed you. Tonight, we're going to eat dinner, then we're going to shower, and then start homework. Even remind them, hey, I love you, we missed you, I'm happy you're here. Those are things that'll help them emotionally adjust to the fact that they are now with you. um and this helps also reassure them that you did miss them while they were gone, because it is a very hard period of time. The adjustment, the transition. um some kids say it never gets easier. So that's the reality of it. If it doesn't get easier for them, then why do we think we should just have a easy peasy time at helping them adjust? No, we have to put in the work to be their emotional support too, and that is a key part of nurturing a kid. So um, research consistently shows that children generally do better after separation or divorce when parents provide predictable routines and emotionally responsive caregiving. One large body of research has found that the level of conflict and instability, not the fact that they're living in two separate homes, is associated with the poor emotional outcomes for the children. So it's oftentimes not the fact that they are in separate homes. It's is the routine predictable? Is the same person that picked me up yesterday going to pick me up today? How does that look? Um, are the expectations same or are they different in the home every time I get home? Maybe there's new people in the house. That is something you would see as unstable, or we would categorize as unstable. Conflict, maybe talking about the other parent, or um, resent being resentful toward the other parent also cause poor emotional um, symptoms in the child. So when you say poor emotional outcomes, that's the child having difficulty regulating their emotions, more angry, more outbursts, having more difficulty in social settings with peers. Those all can um, be under that category. So consistency is the key. When they come home, be ready to help them adjust, not because you're trying to um, not because you're trying to eliminate the boundary, or don't keep it so rigid that you're just like trying to control the child's every move, but you're really trying to help them regulate their nervous system and remind them, hey, you're in a safe home. This is our home space. There's gonna be some chill, and I'm so glad you're here. Children feed off of our calm. So oftentimes, if you're dysregulated, you're feeling frustrated, you notice that a child might become all out of whack. Or sometimes they just come out all out of whack. But if you're calm and you respond, just reminding them, hey, I'm here. I missed you. You're home. This is awesome. But I noticed your body is like way, way too busy, way more like, what is going on? And you can ask them. Um, so that needs to be predictable though, because you can't have that sense of calm and then just not the next day, like be so irate and upset that they don't know the routine. Every single time you have to be willing to sit down or maybe just get on their level. Not all the time is like sitting down, but just getting on their eye level and saying, like, I've got you. I got you. We're gonna work through this together. I see you have a busy body today. What do you need? And if you know that you're consistent with those type of that type of support, those type of prompts of noticing that they need help, then they will be more willing to come to you when they're feeling stressed. That matters more than we realize. I'm going to pause the video because it's getting a little long, and I'll come right back. So remember, adjusting can be stressful, but it's not about how well they know the routine, how well they know your house. It's about if they feel secure enough in your home. Okay? So keep your expectations clear, keep your love obvious, patient, and compassionate. And remember that every calm interaction will help your child build a better toolbox for their own dysregulation. You're not going to be perfect every time. I know I'm not, even with the skill set that I have. A lot of people describe me as a patient parent. I do work with children and parents and help them. But even me, I lose it sometimes and I have to go in deep prayer. And that's literally what is my anchor every single time. If you ask, I know you didn't, but I'm here to tell you that's my anchor every single time. But if we can keep showing up with patience, consistency, and compassion, we're giving our children something that they'll carry with them for the rest of their lives. They'll remember. Have a great day. I hope this helps, guys. Let me know if you experience this adjustment period as very challenging and what are some things you do to keep a consistent routine. I want to highlight too, this is not a replacement for therapy. This is just my passion of talking about co-parenting because I find it really important to talk about, but this is not a replacement for therapy. And um, just like and subscribe if you like this content. All right. So that we can see each other more. All right.